The first set of questions that we have come from many of our clients. Uh, so one of the first ones that we got is, why is my CloudTrail bill so expensive?
Right. So this came from a client who had a very big surprise in their bill. And that big surprise was CloudTrail. So for those who are perhaps not familiar, CloudTrail is effectively a way for AWS to dump out an audit log of everything that's happened with kind of the metadata of AWS over time. Most commonly, how we see clients use this is for compliance purposes. CloudTrail sits as kind of the input to some sort of kind of security monitoring product or other. And CloudTrail's pricing is a little bit interesting, right? In the sense that um, the two kinds of events that CloudTrail logs, you've got management events, you've got data. Management are effectively like all the metadata stuff. Data is like this person accessed this object at this time. Um, Data events are logged based on volume, or they're billed based on volume. Management events, on the other hand, the first time that you log a management event in CloudTrail, that doesn't cost you anything extra. But the second time that you log that management event, and all subsequent times, it costs. And what we find customers running into a lot is that if they have multiple CloudTrail trails and they're logging management events to both of them, then they're paying for logging that management event twice. And in this client's case, it was much more than twice. And so, one of the things that is sort of worth noting if you're in this situation and you see a lot of duplicate management events being logged is, that's why. Uh, what we tend to recommend in cases like this is that you consolidate those trails down and you try to only log those management events one time because it can get really expensive. It's $2 per 100,000 management events logged. 100,000 sounds like a really big number until you get to a large organization, at which point it very quickly becomes a very small number. So yeah, if you're wondering why your CloudTrail bill is expensive, that's the first place to go look. And Cost Explorer will pump that usage out, or like it'll break your CloudTrail usage down into management event logging and data event logging, so you can kind of disambiguate between those two.
What's really amusing about that whole scenario is that we've been running into this for years, and the situation is so common, like it's such a common problem that the AWS documentation has an entire page on this exact problem.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to think that if your documentation has to have an entire page about the problem, maybe it's a freaking bug and you should go fix the problem.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you go, why am I allowed to do this if it's so expensive? Particularly if so many tools, they just read from this thing. They don't write to it. So I mean, if you're ingesting management events, you only really need to ingest that from one place.
Particularly annoying, at least the last time I looked, I haven't looked in a bit, is that the only way to turn this off is by issuing an API call. You can't do it from the CLI, or you can't do it from the web console.
Because of course you can't, right?
Right. Yeah. So great. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly.